Hi everyone, I'm Harrison.
And I'm Noemi.
Today we are going to the Negev. We're going to Mitzpe Ramon in the Israeli desert. Here we go, we're going to pick up our car.
Okay, let's go. And let me take my money. I can get the water.
We're about 20-30 minutes in. Had to stop for a nice coffee. It's one of the best things in Israel. It's pretty much just blended up coffee. A little loud. You can see some Israeli military on a smoke break. We're about 2 hours outside of Mitzpe Ramon. Everyone, we're on the road about 20-30 minutes away from Mitzpe Ramon. We are deep in the Negev right now. There's nothing really around, not many cars around. Just a lot of stone and sand and camel crossing signs. So you see some small cars once in a while, but it's pretty quiet once you get outside the major cities. And yeah, next time we check in, we'll be at the Mitzpe Ramon Visitor Center. Mitzpe Ramon. Just checked into the Visitor Center. Now we're getting closer to the crater. You can see we're right at the outskirts. Just got out of the car. Getting towards the trail. Gonna be an awesome day of hiking. The mountainscape looks really crazy. Nice day, a little cold, but we'll see what happens. Hello.
Hello.
Trying to walk to the edge, get a good view. It's a little rocky, but we're making it one step at a time. You guys gotta see this view, it's crazy. The pictures and videos just don't do it justice.
Like, even taking video and picture doesn't do justice, yeah.
So we're deep in the desert on top of some mountain. We're looking for the crater for Mitzpe Ramon. That's kind of why we came. I feel like every hole I see, I'm like, oh, that's the crater. But it's not. So we'll keep you updated. I think this is the crater, but it's also just a hole. Noemi says no. So yeah, crater. Let's find the crater. We're at the very top, guys. There's nothing out there, just sand. Sand and crazy Israelis. We're also right next to a playground, possibly a school, but there's definitely a lot of people that live here. Even deep in the desert where it doesn't seem like there's anything else around. That's definitely the crater. We found it. I'll point to it. Oh, there we go. It's kind of hard to see. It doesn't really show here, but it's one of the biggest types of craters that it is on Earth. I need to look up the specific type because it's some weird type of crater. But I'll keep you guys updated and I'll stop saying that as well. But yeah, there's people just chilling on the very edge. They got a long way to go if something happens. Just chilling on the side of a mountain. Don't give it a shh. shoot about anything. Didn't say the other word because I don't think you're supposed to, but yeah. Party mix.
Actually, we can continue.
Walking through the desert. So we've been walking for like an hour. We found a little trail off the path a little bit. We see a couple other people doing it, but it's kind of steep, so we may take it slowly or we may just turn around soon. But the views here are just insane. It's not that clear out today, so it might be a little hard to see everything, but it's just mountains and beautiful desert everywhere. We're about to turn around, head back to the car and find another trail, maybe grab some lunch. It's pretty crazy. You could see the very edge. There's some people just literally just chilling, like sitting there. I'll zoom in or point to them if you can't see, but literally right there on the edge, like hundreds of feet, nothing to protect them. Even up there, there's people just sitting on the rail, but they're really just reckless. They don't care. It's pretty crazy. Beautiful trail. Just ran into a friend. He's looking to catch the bus. I'm not sure if he'll make it because he seems to be taking his time now. But this is just like in the middle of the road. There's a synagogue right there. There's a school or a playground. You can't see him. He walked underneath now. I'll try and get him back. He's literally just chilling. Oh, there we go. He climbed up. Back on the road again. That's crazy. I don't even know what to call that thing. It's like a ram. It's got some big horns. Yeah, he's just chilling though. Oh, there's another one? Oh, wow, there's a bigger one. There he is. There's his dad or his brother or something. He's got some mean horns on him. He's like the security of the synagogue or something. Wow, those things are huge. Oh, there's some people coming towards. Wonder if they're gonna get in a fight. That'd be wild. A full Israeli military unit just arrived. Maybe they came to lock us up. We're headed back to the visitor center. Gonna figure out what we're gonna do next. We stopped for a quick lunch with our soldier unit friends. And then after this, we're gonna try and get as close as we can to the crater. So we're doing a little bit of a different path. We don't think we can get that close to the crater. It's also the opposite direction of where we're staying tonight. So instead we're gonna go to Sde Boker. It is where David Ben-Gurion, the first president of Israel, where he lived. That's also where he died, maybe? I'm not sure. Say that, no. Okay, don't quote me on that. You guys, you can look it up if you're interested. But we're gonna go see his house where he lived. I looked into what type of crater Mitzpe Ramon is, Maktesh Ramon. So they're called Makteshim. What those are, it's not a crater from an impact. It's actually an old dried out ocean. And it's kind of like a fossil. And that was left over from being dried out. So they're really unique. There's not many like them in the world. And I think Maktesh Ramon is the biggest crater of that type. So yeah, we're on our way to Sde Boker. We're going to be staying in Ashalim tonight, in the Negev, desert life. We had a lot of nature. And yeah, we're going to do some historical stuff now. See ya. Before we leave, we're right at the edge of Mitzpe Ramon. There's one of the most fancy, coolest hotels I've ever seen. It's called Bershit. Looks like ancient Roman ruins to me. It's right in the desert, nothing really around it. Looks like almost a compound. So hopefully one day we'll be able to stay there.
Hopefully.
But not yet. We just got to Ben-Gurion's home. It's more of like a complex. Like it looks like a school more than a home. It's huge. If you can see, we're about to go inside, so we'll show you guys from inside. But yeah, we're in the middle of the desert, not much around here besides this giant complex. So we tried to just go into the house. There was like an entrance fee, and the guy told us to come in here first and that there's a movie. So it's just us right now in this little movie theater. It's kind of cool. I guess we'll go in afterwards. I don't know when the movie starts, but I think we do it on our own. Oh, okay, here we go. English. All right, we got it. Private movie theater just for us. So this is where the Prime Minister of Israel came and lived after he served as Prime Minister for 5 years. He came and worked the land. It was the desert, so he wanted to turn it into more of an agricultural hub, make it self-sufficient. Just goes to show the type of people they are, where the Prime Minister moves into tiny little houses in the middle of the desert just to try to improve the land. Really shows the Israeli spirit. So everything's pretty modest in this house. We just walked into his house. A few small bedrooms, small bathroom, got a living room, but the one big thing that stands out is his library and office. It's just filled to the brim with books, mostly in Hebrew, a lot in English. But yeah, I mean, I guess when he wasn't working the land, he was just reading, getting after it in the cave. Alright, we're the only ones here. It's kind of weird. It feels like we're walking in just like my grandpa's house. But it's cool. I feel like I could live here today. Not bad. Noemi, where are we?
We are in Masha Besadeh.
We're in Masha Besadeh. And what's that?
That's where my father lived for like at least 5 or 6 years in the 70s.
Yeah, so we're on a kibbutz, which is a small commune where everyone lives, works the land, shares equally. And Noemi's dad actually lived on this exact kibbutz in the 70s. Now there's, a playground, cars, modern electricity. But when he lived here, it was literally just the desert and nothing. It's crazy. You can see some soldiers, military vehicles, small houses. It's really cool. I think it's cool for her too. There's a little kid playing next to giant military Humvees. That's the Israel life. The kibbutz life. I think he sees us. So these are actually people's houses. It used to mostly be farms, but there was more of an industrial revolution in the kibbutzim, so now most of them have small factories and other stuff. We saw a ton of cows, so it's probably a farm, some sort of farm factory, milk or beef. We're just in the residential area right now. You can see small communal housing. That's the dining hall. That's where everyone eats. Yeah, it's just a nice little community. Everybody does their share. We'll see if we can find the cows and other cool parts of Noemi's dad's kibbutz. On the farm where the cows are, we're about to go say what's up to them. Oh, there's a bus coming in. Hopefully it doesn't hit me. This is kind of cool. It's a sign to the kibbutz, shows where everything is, the communal dining, the infirmary. Obviously it looks a little run down a little bit, but just shows the type of village slash small town slash community that this place was and still is. Here they are. There's some guys cutting some wood over there, but yes, this is definitely some sort of dairy or beef farm. So we're walking around and there's actually a good amount of people. Just, I guess, citizens that live here, members of the community. We're right by the communal dining hall. Seems that everything's shut down. I don't know if that's because it's not a mealtime or maybe because the community is more family focused now. Back in the day in the kibbutzes, everyone would eat together. All the kids would stay and live together. Now it's maybe more of a village. So we're leaving Masha Besadeh, Noemi's dad's kibbutz. We're on the way to Ashalim in the Negev, another town. That's where we're staying tonight in our Airbnb. So, should be a cool house. Looked like it was a really cool atmosphere. We'll check in when we get there. Off to Ashlim. We just got to Ashlim. It's a really cool little town or village. I don't know what to call it. Every house is super modern, even though we're in the middle of the desert. And we're staying at this little side guest house. It's really cool. There's a Polaris, a four-wheeler. All really cool, like, modern architecture, which is nice. And then just walk around the back into this this little path. We got some neighbors. And then we come up to our door. And this is our room. Really nice, actually. I think it was like $30 each, maybe, for the night. We got a kitchen, TV, big bed, washer, dryer, bathroom. So yeah, pretty nice for the middle of the desert. Can't complain. So we're gonna get settled in, figure out what we're gonna do next. So we're walking around Ashalim, and it's a really cool city. You can see there's a Norwegian and Israeli flag. All the houses look like they were built in the last 5 years, 10 years. They're all brand new. Here's a nice little community area. There's more houses down there. We're literally in the middle of the desert, like in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the Middle East. And there's all these just like really nice houses chilling. Nice little park, fake grass. Yeah, we're gonna keep walking around before it gets dark, but the Airbnb is super nice. It's like an underground guest house. Not underground, but connected guest house on the side. It's sick. This is a cool little village. I have no idea the type of people that live here or what they do. Maybe they work in Beersheba or something, but I mean, it's kind of like an oasis in the middle of the desert. What do you think?
I completely agree.
She completely agrees. Okay, well, that's good. Yeah, it's a beautiful little place. We'll keep walking, see if we see anything cool. It's really a cool little village, but
Not much around.
not much around. It's cool to walk around, see the way of life. But it's still early. It's only 5 o'clock, so we got a few more hours to kill before we eat. I don't know, maybe we'll drive around a little more.
Maybe.
Maybe not. Maybe we'll chill. Alright guys, we're pretty much done for the day. We just both showered. We're chilling now. We're gonna make some dinner, boil some water, make some pasta, have a chill little dinner, and call it a day over here in Ashlim, which I found out isn't actually a village, it's a kibbutz.